even today, as far as I'm concerned, I have run election for the office of the President of Nigeria and won. But the system decided otherwise. And they know it.
I listened to some of the speeches at the ADC convention and comments from the bigwigs, including that of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who said if he gets the ticket, this will be his last attempt at the presidency. If the delegates elect him as their presidential candidate and he decides to pick you as the running mate, will you accept?
Well, at this stage, we're not at that stage. Atiku, like I've always said, is my respected leader and my dear elder brother. And his statements, I will always say, is a statement of a leader. And you look at what he used, if.
You want to be the president of Nigeria, and you are from the Southeast. And there are those who argue that, debatably, whether the Southeast has been treated fairly or not since the end of the Civil War. What's your take on all of these arguments?
Well, you know, I'm one person who don't like to talk about the past. I've had people who say, oh, it's from the Southeast, it's from this. First, let me tell you, these are the things we must stop. Issue of tribe, issue of religion, because no tribe buys bread cheaper. No tribe buys, no religion buys bread cheaper. Everybody is suffering. We're all going through the same thing. And I said, people who bring in tribe are people who are not qualified. So when you ask them about their qualification, their competence, they introduce tribe as a means of getting to where they should not be. When you ask them about their qualification or competence, they bring in religion. I don't want to be voted because I am from the Southeast. I want people to vote for me because I'm competent. I want them to vote for me because I have the capacity and the compassion and commitment and the character to serve the nation. That's what I want to be voted for. However, it's also important that we unite the country where this should not be an issue. I've had people say things that happened in the 60s and everything. A nation that does not forgive, a nation that does not look to the future will not progress. Yesterday is gone. So we should focus on tomorrow because we can't change it. And for me, I've said it, I want to change Nigeria. And I'll start by uniting the country, ensuring that we love each other, we care for each other. That's why I said, what I'm going to do in the North will amaze everybody. And I'm doing it because we need the unity. I'm doing it because we need to be secured. I'm doing it because our economy is going to turn around by being productive from there.
While I agree with you on championing the cause of destabilization and reducing emphasis on religion, the Southeast faces a precarious situation, challenges of leadership, challenges of insecurity. Speak to the leaders now in the Southeast, how they can make their youth invest their energy and resources in
it's something, it's leadership. If you have one leadership that means well in Nigeria, people say, how can one person change it? Oh, it's not bad. But they read and say, in Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew did it. In India, this person did it. In that, one leader that means well can go a long way in turning around this ship that is sinking. Just one leader. It requires a leader, let me repeat it, a leader that is competent, a leader that has the capacity, compassion, commitment, and most important, the character. It's not a leader that goes and thinks, oh, when I get into office, I will change from fighting corruption, from reducing. When you talked about cost of governance, I tell you, I'll reduce it drastically. I've done it at sub-national level. And I'll do it at national level, and people will see it. And I'll be transparent. People will see, if we're going to borrow money, I will first talk to Nigerians. I'll be communicating. As governor, I was speaking to people of Anambra State every quarter. I'm in radio and TV answering questions. As president, I'll do the same thing. I'll tell Nigerians where we want to borrow money, what we are going to borrow it for. So they know, because the money I'm borrowing will impact on them. It will impact on the future of their children and the society they're living in. So I must explain to them why we must borrow that money. And I'll cut costs. People will see it. You will feel it. Everybody. And it's not something, it's something I've done before. Easily.
But there are those who argue that Anambra is a small state to compare to the Nigerian
Nigerian
project.
If you know Anambra, when I came there, whoever can serve, last year ago told me that this semi Anambra is difficult. If you can actually govern Anambra effectively, damn I can, you can do the work in Nigeria. And people keep saying Anambra is small. One of the best American presidents ever is Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton governed one of the smallest states in America, Arkansas. People saw what he was doing in Arkansas and brought him to national stage, and he proved it. They said, how do they do it? Penny what?
Pound-foolish.
So it's very simple. If I can manage 1 naira, I can manage 2 naira. This has to do with character. What people are telling you is that somebody telling you, oh, you can't fight corruption, can't fight corruption. It's not true. If you are not stealing, your wife is not, your children are not, reduce it by 50%. And I said, is it not me that will approve what they will steal? You have to put your own before you another person will add his own. I will be in charge. And I'll tell people that you can stop it. And if you do, to put you in jail. We must fight it head on. These are part of the problems we have that is destroying the entire system. But people say, oh, it's very difficult. The monster, corruption will fight back. It's not true. Fighting back is that you got involved. If you don't get involved, nobody will fight back. I was in Anambra for 8 years. Corruption didn't fight back because I was not taking. They didn't see me sharing land and taking my own before, because I have to take my own before another person will take his own.
Since 2015, there are those who said that the Southeast has gotten it wrong when it comes to the Nigerian project.
How?
If at all, there are those who argue that either we put all our eggs in one basket. There are those who feel we don't play the politics of Nigeria well. For you, do you think in any way we've not really gotten our acts well?
Can you tell me which section of Nigeria have put their acts together or have put all their resources or eggs in one basket? Can you tell me what?
Maybe looking from the context of those who have always been in and out of government
No,
as
just
against
tell,
the
I just
Southeast.
said you, tell me which one has.
They're not.
How?
They've always been in power.
No. They've been in different parties. We're in democratic time. There's nothing wrong in being in different parties. In fact, that if anything, we've acted very well. Don't let people who manipulate you when it suits them. Just tell me where you have one tribe or zone where you just go there, everybody is in one side. They put all their hearts together. That is nonsensical. We're doing the right thing. And let nobody think because our politics is transactional, that when you're not in government, you're actually a loser. And what they tell you is that because they are sharing what are you sharing? We're talking about creating a level playing field where people's talent can match up their opportunity. If you create it here, nobody cares who is president. We only care here because it is a transitional government where wealth sharing is what is going on. I'm going into government to create wealth. That's what I've done all my life. When I was a businessman, I took a business from micro to small to medium, and was almost becoming a large corporation. Went into corporate world from small, rose up. When I got into government, I started doing the same thing. I started doing future savings, which is what is saving Norway today. No subnational government in the entire Africa, I'm not talking about Nigeria now, started what I started. Subnational sovereign fund. We started saving in dollars. So by the time I left government, I had $150 million, have investment in corporations and everything that are there. No other place they happen. While investing in critical areas of development. Because often the time people say, oh, what is that? The number one thing you need to invest if you want your country to develop is education. And I took education to its highest level. Today, nowhere in the entire Africa, I'm not talking about Nigeria now, have a subnational state bought the number of computers above for Anambra State, 30,000. HP African director had to come to Oka to say to me, you're in that direction. Provided all our secondary schools with internet facilities, but buses, you can go there, the buses are, nobody has done buses, everything, make the school to work. Make sure they have facilities, water, system, toilets, everything working. Went invested into health. Moving in the right direction.
Your Excellency, do you genuinely believe that Nigeria is reformable? And if yes is the answer, why do you think so?
Very easily reformable. There's nothing. Nigerians are actually so, I don't know how to put it, very talented, especially our youth, very talented, hardworking, they're very energetic and ingenious. And now they're going to the wrong direction because of lack of opportunity, the correct opportunities that are there. There are people that can run. They're very entrepreneurial. I've seen some young people whom I listen to. People come to me now and said, oh, you have a lot of youths around you who are rebellious, who are this, who are that. So listen, this energy they're using now to rebel, this energy they're now using in the wrong direction, I put it in the right direction. And they become stars. And they make money in the right way. I've seen people who are, they call them Yahoo boys. Yes, some of them are doing what is wrong, but I can tell you, that talent was the same talent India harnessed, and are today one in charge of technology. Go and lead major technological firms today that are in India. Get them to know that they can make more money by doing the right things. That talent, you have it in our, of course, in our film industry, have it in our music industry, have it in the social media space. You can harness it and make it turn into something big. Had corporations advertise it. If the economy goes up today, most of them who have huge following in social media will become advertisers of good products, making more money and everything. So they're no longer going to be worried. But when you don't create space, when you don't create opportunity, you create rebellion, you create insults, you create all of those things. These are things I'm going to change.
Given what you've seen in your party, and then is there hope for democracy? And do you think the opposition is doing enough to checkmate the ruling government?
Well, let me tell you, the ruling government's job is actually to encourage opposition. If I have opportunity tomorrow, you see how Nigerian opposition will work. It will be one of the strongest in the whole world. Because you need to encourage them. A leader must be a learner. A leader must be a listener. A leader must be ready to listen to bad news. And who is going to give you bad news? Who is going to tell you you're not doing well? It's opposition. So you must encourage it. Because you want to serve. So you want to listen to them. I want to a position where a Nigerian leader, a Nigerian president, a Nigerian governor, which I did when I was there, can invite, go around with the opposition. When I was governor, those who came after me, especially Dr. Chris Ngige, is still there. When I go to school tour, especially around his village, he's there before I come. We will greet. He will even tell me what the school is lacking. It's critical. He goes to my projects and says things are not going well. And I listen to him because he can criticize you. That's what opposition is all about. Opposition is not an enemy, it's a friend.
You have said that the ADC will definitely end the reign of President Bola Tinubu, win at the polls, that the ADC will win at the polls.
Well, we are just saying, let's have a level playing field. There's nothing there.
Okay, the Labour Party said as much in 2023.
And
what do you think?
No, and we won. I can show you today, as far as I'm concerned, I have run election for the office of the President of Nigeria and won. But the system decided otherwise. And they know it.
If you won in 2023, won in quotes, and then what is it now that Labour Party didn't do in 2023 that made the system to deny them that opportunity that you think ADC has learned and it will do in 2027?
I can't tell you that, yeah. The only thing I can tell you that given the opportunity, we will now win and they will be declared.
With Kwankwaso and many more big wigs join the ADC, are you more confident that the ADC can prove that the current administration is beatable?
Well, you can see it. What we're trying to do in the coalition is to bring together competences, capacities, compassionate people who will be committed in turning around Nigeria. And people with diverse background, so that people can know. Because people will say, oh, but these people were there yesterday. Oh, these people were part of yesterday. Yes, they can be part of yesterday. And I've seen there's need to sacrifice, because if they don't do, you consume everybody.
I listened to some of the speeches at the ADC convention and comments from the bigwigs, including that of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who said if he gets the ticket, this will be his last attempt at the presidency. If the delegates elect him as their presidential candidate and he decides to pick you as the running mate, will you accept?
Well, at this stage, we're not at that stage. Atiku, like I've always said, is my respected leader and my dear elder brother. And his statements, I will always say, is a statement of a leader. And you look at what he used, if. So we can't say what will happen about tomorrow. I can only tell you that I'm contesting the election for the office of the president.
Interestingly, all of you emphasize the fact that it should be more about the party and Nigerians than individuals.
That's it. Very important. Because we have people talk about power capture. Get power, do this. What did they use it to do?
Do you sincerely believe that you are all resolved to follow any agreement reached after the primaries?
Well, again, you've asked a pertinent question. You accept what happens after it. If it's true, transparent, and a process that you can call fair and credible. I've said it before that I've left parties because I found the whole process transactional and a process, and this is critical. The process through people come into office is far more fundamental than what they do thereafter. You cannot jump into the house through the window and start cleaning the house and expect everybody to accept you. The process must be right. We have a clear process which says if you want to contest office of president, this is the qualification. My qualification is out there for everybody to see. I'm campaigning based on that and everything. And I want to win the primary or the party select me based on transparent, verifiable process which is worth its place in a democratic environment. Not just that I want, okay, whatever it is, I want to be candidate.
Your Excellency, jokingly, Nigerians say that the present administration even have SSA on P2B. So from the present administration to INEC to party issues, the court, the odds seem to be against their emergence as a candidate and president of Nigeria in 2027. On a scale of 1 to 10, can you rate your chances of being Nigeria's president in 2027?
Well, while I will rate my chances, I can tell that what you're even saying, I'm going through worse experience than that. What is happening to me in Nigeria today cannot be described. I can't even tell it to the public. Because you're looking to where people are probably the most investigated. They're killing all avenues in which you can make a living, deliberately so, ensuring that you are left with nothing. And again, doing lots of things to make life insecure for you. And above all, fighting to ensure that you do not emerge as a candidate of a party. For me, only making me stronger. Because I believe that I have to fight for the future of society. I do not wish anybody to go through what I'm going today. And for it, it's important for me to ensure that such a thing does not exist in a democratic space. Democracy must be something that the society is determined to bring about for their own development, to be able to enthrone government of the people, by the people, for the people.
In the face
what we have today is government, private government for some people, government by some people, and government for some people. That cannot happen. We want to create a society. I met somebody this morning who told me that his parents, when they finished paying his school fees, have nothing left. And here is a Nigerian who is from Southeast. He went to school in Minna, went to ABU University, went to America, and was given opportunity. And today is retired, having served faithfully, and is living well with his wife and family. We want that type of thing, where a child of nobody can get up tomorrow and say, I'm somebody, which is what most of us benefited from, but refused to give it to other people. So you now see somebody who finished with the first class, looking for a job, looking for House of Assembly member in the state, looking for councillor, looking for local government chairman, looking for relation wife of the local government chairman or the sister to help them to get a job. That is not a society. We must have a society where people's talent, hard work, will match up the opportunity and be able to say this society, a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody. Thank you.
Listen, sincerely speaking, wrapping up now, how do you feel? How do you muster the courage, the energy, the zeal to continue to push in the face of this very depressing scenario that you've painted?
Because the alternative is worse for the future generation. We can't bequeath them anarchy, because anarchy consumes everybody. We must bequeath them a better society. And that's what I'm fighting for. And I'm sure there's so many people out there who believe in it and are fighting it with me.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. It's been a pleasure having you on Symphony TV. We appreciate your precious time that you spent with us. And once again, thank you for sparing time to be on this show.
Thank you for being